What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Pump the Brakes. I am your host, as always, Eric Evans. You can follow me on Twitter @_Pump the Brakes or my personal account @EvansEric10. I've now done all my tweeting from the Pump the Brakes account, just trying to build that up. A little announcement. I apologize. Episode of feedback on not announcing that I was not doing an episode, and some of you were pretty upset with me, and I didn't realize how many people were looking forward to this. We got a cool show coming up, doing a lot of Super Bowl props in honor of Super Bowl week with your Tampa Bay Bucks taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. We have our gambling expert here with me today. We're going to hop right in this. I'm pretty excited about today. I'm sorry we didn't do the baseball podcast, but I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Like the day after the championship Sunday, like we're not talking baseball. I don't care what really happens. But first, as always, today's episode is brought to you by Backroads Apparel. Whether you chase the migration, live life at full draw, or just enjoy going to the camp to crack cold ones with family and friends, Backroads has a design that fits your style. Represent the brand that prides himself on being authentic and original. Head over to backroadsapparel.com and grab your gear today. Be sure to use promo code PTB during checkout to receive 10% off your entire order. And again, that's backroadsapparel.com. So introducing now longtime game friend, Blake Amrhein, Mr. 750, a.k.a. Mr. 3 for 4, a.k.a. Ham. What's going on, man?
Oh, yeah, happy to be in the Gambling Hall of Fame. As a retired gambler, just happy to be in the Hall of Fame, 3 for 4 and up. So let's make some Super Bowl 3 for 4s.
I have a question for you, and I want you to let everybody know, where does 3 for 4 come from? If you'd like to elaborate on that.
So when I was still doing my sports gambling, retired now, I'd make 14 parlays every night. 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I would not bet them outright, and they would go 3 for 4 every night. So what I realized was when I did bet one outright, it would be the one that lost. So I've quit parlaying 14s. It doesn't work. It will never work, and I'm done with it. Now, with that being said, as I'm retired, it'll probably hit like a charm.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Why wouldn't you just bet all 4 teams outright? Why?
That is a great
this is
many people have asked that, by the way. A lot of people have asked. There's no sensible explanation for it. There's no you can't
literally
put right. You can't put logic on
literally go
every time. So you can't put logic on stupidity. So I'll stop trying to figure it out.
There's simply no cure for what
there is no cure. There's no cure, but there'll be a good book written one day.
We got a book. We got chapters labeled. We got chapters ready.
I have killed people. I've sent people to the hospital. My money has. It started protests in the middle of a college football game. My money can do anything. So
yeah. When we were in Biloxi, Mississippi, I broke Christian McCaffrey's ankle.
Well, there you go. So that does not surprise me at all.
I take 4.
I have broken necks. I have everything. You name it, it's happened. I've had fires go off in the background of games I've bet. I've had Duke come out of the locker room and shoot free throws that didn't matter after the game was over. You name it, I've seen it.
What do you? Well, you seem like you have a good memory on all this stuff. What's your worst bad beat?
My worst bad beat.
When I was thinking about asking you this question, I remember Duke. Everybody's in the locker room, and they came out of the locker room and shot free throws, and
they came out of the locker. I know exactly where it was. I was at Jacob Dees' old house. Shout out to the Dime Daddy. I think they were playing Utah, I believe, if I remember right. And they were like, I don't know, -5, whatever they were. And, the game was over. Utah had covered or Duke had covered. Whatever happened, they called him out the locker room, shot 2 worthless free throws that ruined the whole spread. And that just from that day forward, I haven't blinked since. So nothing surprises me.
Oh, my. These next couple minutes are going to be pretty fun. We're going to hop right. We got the home team, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as 3-point underdogs against the Kansas City Chiefs with an over-under of 56.5. You've had some time to dissect this line, look into it. Tell me who you like and why you like them.
As I told you, I love the Bucs. We talked about it a little bit before. I'm not a believer in the Chiefs defense. I just don't think they're good. They struggle in the red zone on defense. They're like last in the NFL. They can't cover the tight end, which, by the way, that'll be a theme for my picks throughout. And if you look at the last game, they lost by 3, and they had a horrible first half. They played as bad a football as they can play. So sorry to the Bucs fans out there. I actually won't be picking the game, so this is actually probably good for you. It's like I won't be putting actual money on it. So since I'm doing pretend money, your team will probably win by 100. So congratulations. Print the shirts.
There you go. This has been a theme on this podcast for as long as I've been doing it. And I've been saying for years, I don't like to bet against Tom Brady in the playoffs. I don't like to bet against Tom Brady in the playoffs. It doesn't make any sense. Right. And I've done it 2 weeks in a row, and this is going to be week 3. And it's not that I don't like the Bucs, and it's not that I didn't like the Bucs 2 weeks ago. It was just I was so enamored with Aaron Rodgers and his FU tour, and that blew up in my face. And it's this Chiefs team, the offense, because like you said, the defense isn't that good. Everything that they do is completely outshadowed by the offense and Patrick Mahomes. And, Mahomes is going to be the new Brady. Like, I can't just pick against Patrick Mahomes. I can't do it.
Well, I think you hit a good point. Yeah, I mean, Mahomes will be the new, in 10 years from now, we're going to be saying, hey, you can't bet against Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. The guy wins every one of them. He's great. He's unstoppable. To me, I think he's the most talented football player to ever play the game. I just look at it, and I think the Bucs defense is for real, even though if you go follow my Twitter, you will see that I have lambasted them on multiple occasions, but that's because I was picking them and they weren't covering, so that's my fault. But I do think they're good. They've got speed at linebacker. If they can shore up covering Tyreek Hill, I mean, he lit them up that first quarter, and, that was kind of it. You could say the Chiefs put it on cruise control, whatever. That's fine. That's fair. But Bucs kind of backdoored them in the end there. But, it's hard to pick against Mahomes. You're right. But Brady's a GOAT, man. Brady's a GOAT. You take Brady in the Super Bowl, you just lock, step, and key. I made the mistake. Seahawks picked against him. That Seahawks should have won, by the way.
Right.
I mean, I can't help Pete Carroll went brain dead. That's not my fault. But, it is what it is. It's Tom Brady.
Well, maybe it was your fault.
Tom freaking Brady. It was my fault, 100%. There was me and 2 other guys.
It was your fault.
Yep, me and 2 other guys picked the Seahawks. And Seahawks, I think the book said they had like 89 people on the Patriots and 3 on the Seahawks. So there you go.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that hurts. Wonder who those 3 were. As we're praising these quarterbacks, we got all of our numbers are from the FanDuel Sportsbook, which if you haven't checked it out, literally an hour ago was my first time checking out. You can bet on literally anything in this game. It was unbelievable, the amount of props you can bet. You can parlay props. FanDuel Sportsbook, if you're listening, shout out, what's up? So for Mahomes, his passing yards over 329.5. For Brady, it's 296.5. With how much you like the Bucs, I'm going to guess that you like the Brady under and the Mahomes over.
Well, I do like the Brady under, but that's because me and Byron Leftwich have been at war in the playoffs about this running on first down. And really all year, the guy just needs to stop running every first down. It's getting quite ridiculous. I think he runs it like 58% of the time on first down. In the NFL, it's like 42%. It'd be a great time to take the brakes off, pump the brakes.
Pump the brakes, hey.
Pump the brakes, take the brakes off and let Brady air it out. expose Kansas City for what they are. They're not good at covering the tight end. You got Gronk, you got Brate, use them and light them up on first down. We'll see. I don't know how aggressive they go. I mean, Arians is a very aggressive coach. On the Mahomes side, I just stay away from that one. That worries me. I mean, Todd Bowles is one of the most blitzing coordinators in the NFL, and you can't blitz Patrick Mahomes. So I would probably not touch that one.
Yeah. Mahomes, for the record, had 286 passing yards last Super Bowl.
Right. By the way, people don't realize this. He didn't play very well in the last Super Bowl. Not at all.
He didn't. They had 10 points through 3 quarters.
Right. He was playing very, very poorly.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean, I feel like Tampa's defense it's on par with that 49ers defense.
Yeah. The Bucs defense is, for as much as they ended last year strong, they were awesome really when they cut Hargraves last year. The defense exploded. And then they started out the gate very, very slow, and they've really started to click, like the entire team has clicked the last 2 months.
Right.
I don't know how I feel about the Mahomes over. Like 330 yards on this defense for a team that I think will be winning throughout the game, probably going to be a little difficult. But the Brady over, again, the fourth quarter, even if they're down 3, 7, 10, whatever the case may be, I think they're going to have to air it out. And like you said, the defense. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're going to have to throw the ball. I mean, there's no doubt. I don't think they're going to line up and run it on the Chiefs. They put Matthew in the box, whatever. But they're going to have to throw it, and they're going to have to do it on first down. They're going to have to get away from this running on first down thing. And I think if they do that, I think they might catch the Chiefs off guard a little bit, and they could light them up.
Yeah, but maybe the best to a 10-0 lead, then you can't run on first down, and then you can expose the Chiefs for what we think they are.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Leftwich open it up a little bit.
Yeah, well, now the running back props, Leftwich's favorite. The rushing attack is pretty low, 48.5 for Fournette, 34.5 for Ronald Jones. What happened to Ronald Jones? Is he just all of a sudden taking the back seat? He was like in the top 10 in rushing yards this year. What's going on?
Maybe playoff Lenny. I guess there is something to it. I don't know. I like the under on Fournette. I do think that the Bucs will try to throw the ball to the running backs. So I kind of like their receiving yards more than their rushing yards. So I'd probably take both unders here. I don't see the Bucs lining up and running. I know they're going to try, but like you said, all of a sudden they get behind 7-14-0, and we can't run it. We can't sit here and try to run on first down and beat Patrick Mahomes. I do like the fact that Arians is a very aggressive coach. They go for it on fourth down. They do play a little bit of analytics, so that's good. You do have Tom Brady, maybe the greatest, reader at the line outside of Peyton Manning of all time. So you do get that, but I like both unders here. Probably won't touch them, but I do like them.
Yeah, I'm probably not touching anything in the running game either, but
Well, you're always one broken play away from being screwed, and all of a sudden Fournette hits a 50-yard run, and your bet's belly up. So
exactly, and I'm the type of guy where if I'm thinking something's going under, I'm just staying away because I don't want to wait 60 minutes and be like, okay, is he going to break this one? Is he going to break this one? I don't want to touch it. Like nothing is.
Well, I don't
obvious.
bet totals. I don't bet totals on anything usually because I'm terrible at it. So no. I just like picking sides. There is an over I do like in this game though. So.
Oh, we'll get there. On the other side of the ball, Darrell Williams, 29.5. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is higher at 30.5 than Darrell. That kind of shocked me with the way that they're using Clyde. I'm shocked that his total is higher than Darrell.
Well, here's something interesting. I read this morning that it's going to be windy in Miami or in Tampa for the game. I think the wind's supposed to be gusting up to 25. So that kind of puts me back in the Brady zone. Like I love Brady. He may be the best weather conditions player of all time. So maybe both teams lean on the run a little more. I don't know. You're trying to predict the weather. What is it? 4 days out. I mean,
yeah.
You're kind of taking a dart throw that change in an instant. But I did see that this morning. 15 mile per hour with gusts of about 24, 25. So that's something to keep in mind closer up to the day of the game.
Yeah, and also living in the Tampa area, there's supposed to be some light showers leading up to it, but it should be should be clear by game time.
Right.
On the Chiefs side, receiving the ball, we got Tyreek Hill, 94.5 receiving yards. Travis Kelce, 98.5. If you remember correctly, Tyreek had 200 receiving yards in the first quarter in the prior meeting. That surely they won't let that happen again.
I like I told you before, I don't see how they let it happen, which may open up some opportunities for Kelce, he's already a great player. So, I may lean the over there, but you can't in good faith bet against Hill under because, like I said, I mean, look what they did the first time. It was just ridiculous. So I wouldn't touch these. I may lean and say maybe they double Hill and try to play him over the top and Kelce gets loose over the middle. But I definitely wouldn't fool with the Hill over under anything because who knows with that guy.
Yeah, and I'm honestly shocked that it's only 94.5. I mean, if you only had to watch 15 minutes of the first game to realize, okay, this should be simple. And because of that, like, I would have guessed this line was going to be over like 105, 110. But I mean, people must not assume that it's going to happen again, and that's a little shocking to me.
Well, it's one of those things where, like you said, they should have figured it out. I mean, you're sitting there, if you bet on the game, you're screaming at the TV, cover the guy. He's wide open every play. He's literally just running past people, probably beating up kids on the way to the end zone. I don't know. This guy, don't touch it. Don't touch it. I'm not a Tyreek Hill guy. I don't like him, but I wouldn't touch it.
Understood. Now, these are some of my favorites because I do like the Brady over 296. We got Evans at 63.5, Godwin at 73.5, and maybe something that we'll be foreshadowing here in the next couple minutes, Gronkowski, 31.5.
Yeah, Gronk, favorite play of the game. I can't even believe it's 31.5. He had 6 on him for 106 yards in the first game. The Chiefs can't cover the tight ends. I think it's free. I think it's a lock. And you get the fact that I'm not going to be betting real money on it. It hits, no doubt. There's no way it won't hit. He'll have 50 yards in the first half.
That is your favorite Super Bowl bet.
That is my favorite Super Bowl bet. Rob Gronkowski over 31.5 yards. It's free. Lock it in. Don't think about it. Click. Like I said, he's got a lot of good factors going for you. I'm not betting it with real money. I'm not anything to do with the game, and I love it.
You're not going to sprinkle a
not a penny. I'm retired.
No. Okay. Well, I
just want to watch one Super Bowl as a fan and just see what it's like.
I'm proud of you.
I just want to know what it's like. I don't know. I've never experienced it, so I'm going to experience it this Sunday. And Gronk will have 847 receiving yards. So,
well, that might be what I'm taking in there. I actually like the over on all three of these. I like over on Evans. I agree. I do. And again, I think 296.5 is low for Brady. I think he could flirt with like 350. That's obviously shoot on the high end. I'm not predicting that, but if at the end of the day I look at the box score and I see Brady, 350 and 3, I like the over on all three of these. I would assume at least 2 of the 3 hit, so you're making money that way.
Yeah. Well, if you think Brady's going to throw it for 350, you got to like it. So.
Right. And again, I'm not predicting it, but it's definitely in the realm of possibilities. Like there's a good chance. And again, especially, I think Chiefs win. I think they cover, although I hate to say that because they just haven't covered anything.
You're wrong there.
They haven't covered at all. I know
this is a good time. Is this a good time for us to talk about the against the spread record going into the Super Bowl? You want to save that? You want to talk about that now?
Nope. Take it away.
So the Chiefs are only one of 5 teams to ever go to the Super Bowl with a losing record against the spread. One team out of those 5 has ever won the Super Bowl. It's the 2012 Ravens. And that's an indictment on they're very bad at situational football. They're so bad on defense in the red zone. And this year, they've played really down to the level of the competition. You can say they coasted. You can say what you want. Nobody's going to say Patrick Mahomes is not good or he was taking his foot off. I don't know. It's just my opinion that shows that they are just very bad at certain things. And those certain things are going to end up catching up to them. And I think eclipse them on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, when you first told me that, I didn't know that. That kind of threw me off guard. But I mean, I've been well aware of their inability to cover the spread. And now, them, I would assume without actually looking it up, and maybe that's shame on me. I probably should have done that. Like, their spreads aren't 2.5 and 3.5. Like, they're 9, 10 points. Like, I would imagine their spreads that they're trying to cover is significantly larger than the other 5 teams that have gone with a losing record against the spread. I don't know.
They're big, but
you know, at the end of the
it is the NFL. I mean, the NFL, you're not going to see a whole lot of minus 13, 14, 15, 16 like you would in college.
Right.
So there's still, 7.5, 9, 8, those kind of deals. And they're just not putting teams away, just like the Bucs week 12. I mean, the Bucs scored 14 points in the fourth quarter and backdoor covered on them. So they're just not putting teams away. I think the Bucs will hang around. Like I said, you get the benefit of Tom freaking Brady, perhaps in some weather. I don't know. That would be even better from the Bucs bet.
Yeah, no, I agree. So your favorite Super Bowl bet, Gronk over 31.5 receiving yards.
I think it's lock it in, take the free money, no doubt.
My favorite bet, which is plus 146.
Oh, wow, a little
on
extra juice.
Tom Brady over 0.5 rushing yards. He just needs one sneak. One.
Love it.
4th and 1.
Love it.
1st and goal from the 1. That dude's an alpha, and he's going to get it. There's no way. Plus 146, my favorite Super Bowl bet. We will.
Who's the best goal line 1 yard sneak quarterback of all time? All right, no doubt. It's Tom Brady. There's your yard. Boom, you're done.
Every time.
It's done. It's done. And it's
time.
not like college where if you get sacked, you lose the yard and he comes off your passing yards. So you're not even worried about it. He just gets that 1 yard. He gets it every time. It's free. I do love that one.
Simple.
I do love that one.
I was shocked when he's like, "Oh yeah, and it's plus money." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
I love it.
Makes you wonder. They're just giving it away, I guess.
We're gonna play a little game here. We'll even make it into a segment for all of you segment lovers, and we'll call this segment $3,000. So we're each going to get $1,000 in play money, and we are going to put this money, bet all of our favorite props, bet the game, do this, and then at the end of the show on Twitter, we'll post it. We'll be able to keep track on Sunday, so we have something to root for since we are retired gamblers. So if you would like the honors, your first bet.
Yeah, get your notepads out. We're going 5-0. There's no doubt in my mind. I got my board behind me. 5-0, 100%. Gronk over 31.5. We already covered that. That's hitting. No, I mean, unless Gronk, like I said now, if I was betting real money, Gronk would probably get in a car accident on the way of the game, wouldn't go to play. Pretend money, 100%, lock it in. No doubt. Gronk,
how much are you putting on it?
200. I'm going to do 200 on everything. So whatever that adds up to, 200 times 5, 1,000. I know all you little gambling expert, I know the juice will be a little bit over. Eat your heart out. I don't care. Gronk to score TD anytime. Plus 230.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah, of course you can. I would love for you to interrupt.
We're talking about dollars. We're not talking about units.
I don't
gambling geeks that use units. I don't know what the use units here. Use them dollars, like grown ass men. We don't.
If somebody's giving you picks, picks and units, you need to fade them. Period. I don't care. I don't care what they say. Gambling Twitter. Gambling Twitter can go to hell. Units. Dollars.
Oh.
So yeah, Gronk obviously. Gronk over 31.5. We already got that. Like Gronk to score TD anytime, plus 230. So anytime throughout the game he scores a touchdown, which he will, by the way, plus 230. You can lock that in. I like the Bucs money line because I think the Bucs are going to win. I like the Bucs plus 3.5, and I'm also taking the Bucs minus 3.5, which I think is like plus 250. So lock it in. Bucs roll. There's no doubt in my mind they roll. They win the game. I think they might win by 7 to 10 points, to be honest with you. I truly think that Kansas City is a flawed team with some very, very talented skill players and a great quarterback. I think that they've got some issues there on the O-line. They've certainly got issues on defense. They've got issues in the defensive red zone. So I do think that – I mean, look at the Cleveland game. Cleveland should have beat them. There's no doubt. I mean, Chad Henne comes out of the clouds and runs for 13 yards. I mean, I never expected that, but hey, here it is. Cleveland should have won that game.
Yeah, and
I'm all into the Bucs.
That Chiefs O-line, 99% they're without both tackles, and possibly their backup center who's got the COVID protocols. He might not even play, so they might be on their third strings. Yeah. So, and this Bucs D-line, they can eat.
They can eat. Vita Vea's back. I mean, how do you stop Patrick Mahomes? You don't really stop the guy, but you got to get pressure to him without sending blitzes. You can't blitz him. I mean, we've eradicated that. You can't blitz the guy. There's no way. He's just going to sit back there and light you up. So, I mean, get pressure with the D-line and pray. That's the best you can do. I do think they'll try to, do maybe a little more help over the top on Hill. Like I said, so I kind of like that Kelsey over on those yards. But if I was betting actual money and they let Hill beat him again, I would drive to Tampa and whip Bruce Arians' ass. Like, that's ridiculous. So we'll see.
All right. My $1,000, I got Chiefs money line just to win 100. That's minus 172 on FanDuel. I just think it's the safe bet. I'm not betting them to cover. Obviously, I'm not going to be shocked if that team covers, but I wouldn't risk the money on it. So I Chiefs money line. I love the over 57.5. I don't think that you can contain the Chiefs to under 30 points. And like you said, we've been nailing on the Chiefs defense isn't great. And I think the Bucs will score. I just think they'll score. Brady over 296.5 passing yards, touched on that. I think they will be down a little bit. I think they're going to be forced to throw. And my pets are here having a damn Royal Rumble in front of me.
I mean, unbelievable.
My God. No respect.
No professionalism. You got pets in the background. You got wired ear plug. Getting to the.
They are battling out. All right.
They probably hate your Chiefs pick, but go ahead.
Maybe. My favorite bet, Brady, 1 rushing yard. I need one rushing yard.
1 yard. What's the? I mean,
simple.
It's simple. Busted play. The guy can run for a yard.
All right.
So you are. So hold on. You're riding with the public because the public is pounding Kansas City. They are every square in town is betting the Chiefs. So you're good to ride with that, right?
I mean, I hate to hear that. I really do hate to hear that. But yeah, it's Mahomes, man. It's Mahomes. That's all I can say. It's Mahomes. I've been pounding the table for I don't know 8 years. Prime time games, tight ends score the first touch. I don't have half of the time. Half of the prime time games, tight end will score the first touchdown. It's in the green every season. I'm getting 100 on Kelsey plus 600. I'm getting 100 on Gronk plus 1,600. It happens every time, half of the time.
It's going to be Gronk. It's going to be Gronk. The last time I pounded the table, by the way, was in Dynasty Fantasy Football. Kyle Shanahan was pounding the table for that terrible running back. I forget his name. Ended up taking him in the first round of the rookie draft. He got cut like a year later. So I don't pound the table anymore. He's off. I can't remember the guy's name. He's terrible. Run pounding the table. But I do like that Gronk first touchdown. I took the anytime to be safe because I do think he's going to score. But, hey, you could do both. You could take them both and double up your money.
Whew. And the last $98 I have, home plus 144. It's probably the least confident I'm in, but I only had $98. Give me a little player prop with plus odds, whatever.
Plus juice. You can never go wrong with plus anything.
No, you cannot.
Never.
That will lastly lead us into Super Bowl MVP. Who you got?
Look, I love Gronk. I think he's going to have a huge game. But, if the Bucs win like I think they will, you already know who's getting it. It's going to be the GOAT, Tom Brady. If Gronk has 150 yards, that means Brady probably threw for like 350. So there's no way they're not going to give it to Brady. So I'm sure it's a very chalky crap odds, but it is what it is.
Well, let's do this. Pick Brady. I'm obviously going to pick Mahomes. A non-quarterback. If a non-quarterback were to win the MVP, who you got? I guess
Gronk.
I'll tee this up for you.
I'm expecting a big game out of Gronk. Like I said, he lit him up the first game, 6 for 106. He didn't score a touchdown, but that's okay. I really think Gronk is going to have a huge game. And really, look, if you think about it, a lot of Gronk's legacy is on the line in this game. I mean, he's going up against Kelsey, who absolutely has a shot to overtake anything Gronk has ever done. Oh, yeah. I mean, so maybe it's a pride thing. You don't really think of Gronk as a guy like that, but he's a competitor. That chip burns for him. So I really like Gronk. I really, really like everything Gronk related in this game.
All right. Mine is actually might be a little shocking. I'm going to go on the defensive side of the ball. I think
Honey Badger?
There's one playmaker on that defense. Yeah. It's Tyrann Mathieu, and I believe, and I think it was like plus 5,000 to win MVP. And
when the Broncos won, yeah, Von Miller won. Von Miller won the MVP when the Broncos won. So,
yep,
certainly worth a sprinkle.
Malcolm Butler won.
Malcolm Butler won.
Yeah, worth a sprinkle. You're gonna get negative juice on Mahomes, which obviously chalky. Like you already said this. He didn't play great in last Super Bowl, and he still won.
He did. So exactly. That's my point.
Something crazy. He's going to need something crazy to happen for the Honey Badger to win it. But I'm going to go a little against the grain because if any of the guys, like you said with Gronk, if any Kelsey, Hill, anybody has a good game, it's going to be on the arm of Mahomes.
Correct.
They always credit. So if you're going to fade something, you're going to have to go on the defensive side of the ball. And that's one of the best playmakers in the NFL on that side of the football. And that is who I would sprinkle it on.
Yeah, all of a sudden Brady tosses a pick or two, and Matthew gets 2 picks, a fumble recovery. I mean, it's not out of the realm. I'm sure people weren't sitting around thinking Von Miller was going to win the MVP when he won it. So,
that was with Manny on his side. All right, so that pretty much sums up our bets. I will tweet our gambling picks. I will tweet everything out on @_pump the brakes. We'll figure all this stuff out. Now I know something you like to bet on. You used to like to bet on. You don't do that anymore. But if you were to continue to bet, you're a big golf guy.
Love it.
Daily golf. We talk about it all the time. This is probably my favorite non-major. I love TPC Scottsdale. It's my favorite tournament that's not a major. So I'll definitely be tuning in this week. If you're a big daily guy, you want to share, or if you just want to tell us who you like. I know one of the things that you've been texting us about for the last 24 hours is Brooks Koepka is 50 to 1 to win this tournament.
Insane. It's insane. I mean, that's crazy to me. Look, he's already won here. Like you said, this is one of the best events on tour. 15, 16, 17 is probably the best 3-hole stretch in golf, bar at Amen's Corner, obviously.
Right.
But you get 15's the par 5, surrounded by water, great hole. You get, of course, the par 3 16th, where you have the fans. Of course, there won't be that many this year, but you have the great hole.
My favorite hole in golf.
And then you get, what a hole. I mean, what more could you ask for? Drinking, yelling, cursing, beer going everywhere, guys wearing Kobe jerseys and shit. I mean, it's awesome. And then you get the drivable 17th, par 4 with the water on the side. Look, it's a great tournament. Like you said, outside of any majors, it's probably the best. I do like PGA DFS. It's my favorite sport. Golf's my favorite sport to deal with betting-wise. So, like you said, I like Brooks. I mean, how do you not take Brooks? He's priced with Will Zalatoris and Scotty Scheffler, who neither one have ever even won on tour. They're good players, but he's Brooks Koepka. He's won 4 majors. And all of a sudden now he's got the breakup from Harmon. And, what's better than motivated Brooks Koepka? Like Michael Jordan? I don't know. Like when the guy gets pissed off, he just goes on these heaters. And like he's missed 3 cuts in a row. And I think he's ticked. And he goes back to a golf course that he is familiar with, he's won at, and he's a great Bermuda putter. I love Brooks. I also like Bubba. I do like Bubba. This is kind of a Bubba course. Bubba's had more top 10s here without winning than any other course that he's ever played. Wow. And I like Corey Connors. It's a ball striker's paradise. Corey Connors couldn't putt it in the Pacific Ocean, unfortunately. But sometimes you don't need a putt here to win because Hideki Matsuyama, who could not putt it I don't know what's bigger than the Pacific Ocean. He couldn't put it in the universe. He's won back-to-back years, so you don't really need to be able to roll the rock per se. So I do like those three. I would say my free square in DFS would be Brooks. Nobody's going to own him. He'll be like 8% on because he's $8,800. He's missed 3 cuts. I think Brooks has a good week. I really do. I think he's ticked off. And like I said, there's nothing better than motivated Brooks. And people don't realize Brooks he's a bad POA green putter. And he's even said that he doesn't like putting on POA. He's a Florida guy. He's a Bermuda greens putter. And I think he has a great week this week. I think Brooks lights it up, and I think he holds the trophy.
At 50-1, I mean,
50. I mean, he's like I said, he's down there with. He's got longer odds than Ricky Fowler. Ricky Fowler never wins. He hasn't won since he won here 2 years ago, and he almost threw up on himself all Sunday. He was chipping it back and forth across the green into the water. I was on him that day. He shot 73. He somehow won. I don't know. He had such a big lead. Thank God. But Ricky never wins. He's 35-1. Are you kidding me? It's Brooks Koepka. The guy literally shows up to majors and says, I got to beat 7 guys. Like, he's incredible.
Yeah.
I'm just floored. I'm floored that he's 50-1. He may be 40-1 now. I don't know, but whatever it is, it's too long.
Yeah,
it's
whatever.
Brooks.
I do want to ask you
6 months ago he was 20-1. I mean, it's crazy. So
I do want to ask you a question because you were saying Rory for the last couple of days. What changed on Rory?
Well, started looking at Rory. He's been very, very bad on Sundays, and like last Sunday, for instance, he was 3 back. He shot I think 1 over. I don't know. Rory hasn't won in a long time. Rory hasn't won since 2019, and that's a long time for somebody who's considered an elite golfer, which Rory is an elite golfer. I don't think anybody's going to argue that Rory McIlroy is not one of the top 5 golfers in the world, but I just kind of backed off. I need to see Rory win again, which is kind of stupid because I like Brooks, but I can get Brooks at 50-1. I got to take Rory at like 11-1. So there's just too much value in the Brooks play. There's just too much upside. You're talking about a guy that can show up and literally route the field. And then, Rory is 11-1. He hasn't won since 2019. I mean, and this is also Rory's first time to play this course. It's not that I don't like Rory. It's just the odds are too short. I was expecting Rory more like 15-1, and he came in 11. That's just too short for me. So I do like Rory. Everything I've read said this game will suit this place very well, and I do believe that.
I wonder if it might even be better to take Brooks like to finish in the top 10. Because if you're 50-1 to win outright, you're top 10. I mean, that's still got to be 15-1.
So unfortunately, the American books, so like in Canada, these guys bet what they call each ways. So say you bet Brooks 50-1, they'll take half your bet and put it on him to win outright, and they'll take the other half and put it on each way, which is a top 5. So if Brooks comes in third, at least you win the each way. It's plus odds. I mean, it's a great bet. They don't have that here, unfortunately. So yeah, if you like Brooks like I do, yeah, I can see top 10 for sure. I mean, I really think that Brooks can win this tournament. He's won it before, and if there's one thing to be said about Brooks Koepka, he is like the ultimate fuck you guy. Like, oh, you think I can't play because I broke up with Harmon, and now Dustin Johnson is he's Dustin Johnson's coach and he's winning the Masters, and Brooks is done. By the way, if you go look at my Twitter, I did say Brooks was done. Delete. Brooks is back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you tweeted.
I did.
No, you know what? It's deleted.
Censor that. Don't. Thank you. Delete.
I'm not even going to.
It's off. I don't want to talk about it. He's back. That's all you need to know. Brooks is back. It's the Brooks Koepka, Aaron Rodgers, fuck you revenge tour.
I love it. I guess I'll have to. Would you have sprinkled any of that $1,000 fake money for the Super Bowl on Brooks Koepka? Surely you would.
Yeah, you could parlay Brooks and the Bucks.
Well,
there's no telling kind of odds you can get on that. You probably get like plus 8,000 or something. I don't know. Put $10 on it, you make 800. It may be more than that.
It might be more than that.
There's no telling what it is. I have no idea. But let me tell you, Brooks is back, and I'm gonna ride the Brooks Koepka train. I've been riding it. I ride it all the time, and he has burned me. And I was rage tweeting, and I'm sorry, Brooks. If you somehow hear the Pump the Brakes podcast, I am sorry. I take it all back.
Oh,
a big Brooks Koepka guy. The only person I like more than Brooks is Tiger. So,
yeah, a lot of guys down here. Since he is a Florida boy, Florida State boy, We all drink Michelob Ultra. That's one of his sponsors. You know, Brooks is a fan favorite in this area. Oh, hey.
How can you not like the guy? He's awesome. Like,
yeah. And
he's like, I don't give a fuck about golf, but I keep winning a bazillion fucking dollars. Like, I just don't care. I mean, how can you not like that guy? Brooks, girlfriend smoking hot. Like, I mean, what's there not to like about Brooks Koepka?
He's the definition of an alpha.
He's an alpha. He is an alpha.
Brooks an alpha.
And he's been hearing for 3 weeks that he can't win without Harmon and all this blah, blah, blah. And yada, Brooks is done. Guys like me on the internet are chirping his ass. Brooks reads that stuff. I can assure you that. He probably didn't see my tweet because probably millions of people are telling him he sucks now. But I truly think Brooks will win. I do. I believe that. And I'm not going to miss out on Brooks fucking Koepka 50-1. That is ridiculous.
It is. And even if it doesn't win, like that's the right play this week. It has to be. I mean, he
is literally an elite golfer. He is a world-class golfer, period.
Yeah.
I mean, when Brooks is on, Brooks is the best golfer in the world.
Yeah. And I mean,
Brooks or DJ? I don't know. Pick one.
What, is he never going to win again? Never compete? Like, he's going to be in contention. And at 50-1, if he's in the top 10 on Sunday, then you just hedge and you make your money. Like, I know you don't hedge. You used to not hedge. Now you don't put yourself in that situation to hedge because you don't gamble anymore. But old hand, you wouldn't.
You don't hedge.
That's what you do.
No, you don't. I don't believe in hedging. I don't believe in hedging. Okay. Hedging is for men that are betas. Alphas do not hedge. They double down. They double down. They double down. Period. They just double down and they say, this is the bet that got me. This is the pony that got me into this position. I'm riding her. She's either going to have to be taken out back and shot because she broke her ankle, or we're going to win together.
I hate to hear that.
It is what it is. So Brooks, favorite play. It's about to get into one of these Aaron Rodgers situations where he just says fuck everybody and just goes berserk.
Well,
I kind of like compared him to Spieth and like Tweet, and I was like, they got such different personalities. Spieth is like, I'm a nice guy, Brooks ain't like that. Brooks is pissed, and all this. Brooks has always been, I don't care unless it's a major and yada yada yada. I think he's tired of hearing the shit. And I hope he sees that he's 50-1. I hope he sees that. I hope maybe Brandel DeChambly is talking shit about him or something. I don't know. That'd be great. And I hope he's watching that shit and has the odds right next to him on his big TV. But that'd be awesome. But yeah, Brooks 50-1. I mean, he's won here before. Absurd. I'm just looking at the guys around him. I'm just like floored. I'm like, that's why I'm so passionate about it, because I just cannot believe it. Like, Will Zalatoris, great golfer, never won. Yeah. He's never won. He's right next to Brooks. I think he's priced like 2 points behind him, 200 points behind something stupid.
Yeah, it's almost like a slap in the face. Like,
it's a slap in the face, and I hope it's one that. I hope it's one that he receives.
All right, so you mentioned double down, and we're going to try and transition to the diamond. And the one of the last things that I wanted to touch on here was this freaking Nolan Arenado trade. I can't believe it. Now, if you know me, when it comes to baseball, there's two things I love. One, Philadelphia Phillies. Two, anything that has to do with the Rockies and Coors Field.
You're a big time out now. Just to preface this, you're a big Arenado guy.
It's my favorite player in Major League Baseball.
You love Arenado. I bet him every year to hit the most home runs. He never comes close. I just keep flushing the money down. I don't care. I'm like Arenado Coors. Stop. I want you to make this trade make sense, because I have literally looked at it and I don't understand it. I'm the golf guy. You're the baseball guy. Explain this to me like I'm 3 and make it make sense.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try. First, I just want to say, like, Carlos Gonzalez, Troy Tulowitzki, Nolan Arenado. They've been 3 of my favorite baseball players for like the last 10 years. Like I'm a closet Rockies fan. I love the stadium. I love the jersey. I love everything about it. This trade makes no fucking sense at all. I tweeted yesterday. I said if the Colorado Rockies gave the St. Louis Cardinals the $50 million that they did in this trade, $1 million they gave in this trade, and received this same package, it still makes no fucking sense. It's still a terrible trade. So to do that and also include one of the 5 most talented players in the game in it to prove a point.
I was trying to read and figure out about the prospects. It makes no sense. I mean, Arenado is probably one of the best defensive infielders in baseball, maybe the best. I mean, the guy's incredible at third base. I mean, maybe him or Tatis, I don't know. He's a great offensive player. He hits damn near 320 with 30, 40 bombs every year. He's playing for free. The Rockies are going to pay him to play for the Cardinals. I don't get it.
And a couple things. Spare me the 793 road OPS. Like, I'm going to lowball this. 70% of Major League Baseball players statistically are worse on the road.
Oh, yeah, 100%. No, there's no doubt about that.
You're traveling, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're on road trips. Yes, you're going to be worse on the road. And yes, does course help you? Yes. Does course help Nolan freaking Arenado? No. Course helps the little guys. It helps Sam Hilliard and David Dahl. It helps those guys. It doesn't help Nolan Arenado. You give me 82 games. In Busch Stadium, you can hit, if you're going to tell me, you can look me in the eye and say Nolan Arenado is going to have a sub 800 OPS at Busch Stadium, I think you're an idiot. I don't care about the analytics. I don't care about the barrel percentage. I don't care. I watched the guy play. I know there's not 10 hitters in baseball better than that guy, and you literally gave him away.
They didn't just give him away.
Sense. None.
They didn't just give him away.
To send him down the road. They paid.
They paid. And they're paying the Cardinals to take one of the best players in baseball. What if you're in the Cardinals division? How does the MLB not step in and nixnay that deal and say, hey, look, what the hell's going on, guys? I mean, that was just.
And then the Rockies have the audacity to say their number one priority now is to extend Trevor's Story. If I'm Trevor Story, get the hell out of I'm not signing here. Why would I want to do that? I just saw what he did to Arenado. Why would I want to be a part of this?
I have tried to wrap my head around it since it happened, and there's just no explaining it. It's the unexplainable. It's like, I don't even know. I don't know. There's no words. It's the worst, perhaps the worst trade I've seen in anything in the past 30 years. I don't know.
I don't know what possibly could be worse. And even if one of these prospects, and I'll be honest with you, I know Austin Gomber. I never heard of the other guys, and I'm not the end all tell all. Like just because I don't know them doesn't mean they're not good. But like they're not top 100 prospects. You gave Arenado.
We're also not talking about Arenado. He's not 38 years old. He's still relatively in his prime.
He's 29.
I mean, it's not like he's 37 and he's not Albert Pujols. I mean, good God. I don't know. If I was a Rockies fan, I would just be like, I quit. I give up. I'm done.
It baffles me because the offense wasn't that far apart. You have Arenado and Story and Charlie Blackmon. It's teams with 3 better hitters at the top of the lineup than that. Like that's damn good. Now the depth isn't great. The pitching is, but they're not that far away. Now maybe it was just they see what the Dodgers and the Padres are doing, and they don't want. They're like, okay, we're obviously not competing with that for the next couple of years. Okay, fine. If you want to sell me on a rebuild, you can sell me on a rebuild. But this does not help you rebuild. This is just
that's the thing. Yeah, I mean, they threw the towel in, and they're not going to compete with the Dodgers and Padres in the next couple of years anyway. But like you said, go get some building blocks, something. Get something. I mean, anything.
Right.
Hell, they got a bag of Delta peanuts, and that was it. I don't even know if they got an open bag. They got an open bag of half-eaten Delta peanuts for one of the best players in baseball. I don't understand it.
And they paid $50 million for it.
Oh, God. What a terrible trade. I mean, this is like Cowboys when they traded whoever. They traded Herschel Walker, and ended up the return ended up being like Emmitt Smith and Troy. I mean, not actual they were picks. It was Emmitt Smith, and Troy Aikman, and all these guys that built the foundation for a Super Bowl run. I mean, this is that bad. It may be worse.
Yeah, I will never understand.
Well, I was hoping you could make sense of it, but I guess there is no making sense.
How can you make sense of it? How can you make sense of it?
Can't make sense of it.
I don't get it. All right, man. That'll wrap this up. I got one more thing to say, but I will sign you off. This was fun, and there's rumors that we'll be doing this a lot soon.
Oh, live streams maybe.
Oh man,
we'll see. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks. Yep. Thanks, man. All right. So there is one more big announcement left that I have. This has been the worst kept secret in Pinellas County. Is collaborating with our friends at Backroads Apparel, and we will be taking our talents to Louisiana. And at the end of the month, we will be packing up and moving and joining the Backroads crew and just seeing where this thing goes. We've got a lot of support up there, and honestly, a lot of support down here telling me to go up there, which was a little shocking, but very much appreciated. And yeah, we're looking forward to it. We got a couple episodes lined up in the next couple weeks leading up to the move, and we will see you then. Signing off. See ya.